Hi, today is August 30th, 2025, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1342 for the year, Trade-Off. If I had wings, I'd be glad I could fly, but I would probably be bummed that I had no arms or hands. I just passed by some pigeons looking like they wish they had hands to pick things up with, and I know that if I were to say to them, "But you can fly," one of them would say to me, "Yeah, but you can't jerk off with wings." Poem number 1343, Just the Right Kind. That time when you wrestled me to the ground and pinned me down and kept me there and stared into my eyes. That time in the ring when you pummeled me before I could barely get a punch in, and then you tended to my wounds. That time when you beat me at strip poker and you stripped off all of my skin and drank pint after pint of my blood. Every day you defeat me with just the right kind of love, with the kind of love that I don't want to fight. Poem number 1344, A Solution He Considered. He had so much fear that something might happen and that he might not see it, that he thought maybe he ought to have his eyelids removed. He truly took to heart that expression, "Blink and you'll miss it." He never wanted to blink because he never wanted to miss it. He never wanted to miss anything. He was aware that he would probably have to wear dark sunglasses everywhere so that people wouldn't notice his freakish lack of eyelids, and that the sunglasses would have to have miniature windshield wipers installed because he would no longer be able to keep his eyes lubricated by blinking. He was just beginning to think the whole thing was impractical when a friend of his suggested that maybe he'd just try to get over his fear of missing out, and so he did that instead. Poem number 1343, Of Thee. The tedium and the stupidity of the banality of evil, the mystery and the attenuation of the out-of-reach orgasm, the greed and the fear of the will to power, the courage and the beauty of the openness to love. Poem number 1346, Of Thee. Of thee I will not sing. Not if you're going to act like this. Poem number 1347, The Light Bearer. Light poured down from the heavens and flooded his heart until he glowed in the dark, and he carried the light in his heart in the gloomiest night, and all those who saw him, even those who saw him from several hundred feet away, were made warm and were enlightened by his light. Many months passed, and the burden of bearing the light began to wear him down and slow his roll, and soon his roll slowed to a walk, and then a crawl, and eventually he stopped just at the shore, and he found that he could move no more, which was almost impossibly convenient, as the community had been saving up to put a lighthouse right there, and now they could spend that money on something else. And the last poem of the day, the poem number 1348, The Dark Keeper. She kept the darkness wherever she would go, and she distributed it to those who were blinded by the light. Being enveloped in her darkness was like being swaddled in a warm blanket. She loved her life and all of the good things she did with it, but she longed to share it with someone. Recently, she had learned about a man who bore light wherever he went, and he sounded ideal. She imagined the clashes they would get into and the passionate reconciliations that would follow. Unfortunately, however, the man had recently become a lighthouse, and that wasn't going to work for her at all. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, it's true. Right now, I am in Quadra Island in Vancouver. But I recorded this day before because I wasn't sure about the Wi-Fi that was going to be in Vancouver. Anyway, I appreciate you.